What is up, everybody? Haven't done this in a long time. Gotta do the good old get Instagram working thing. You would think after all of these years that, there we go. You would think they would make YouTube and you would think they would make Instagram a whole lot easier to connect um, via live. But what can you do? What can you do? Let me just check to make sure I am live on Instagram because that's where the people be. Let me see. Oh, what's happening here? Good old joys. Like I said, the joys. What's up, Amari? Go to Instagram to edit title. What's happening here? Uh, anyway, we're gonna keep it moving because that's what you do in showbiz. Because Instagram always Instagram always wants to fail me. I tell you. I just be so tired of it. We're gonna do this. Oh no, but then people won't be able to see it on Instagram. I'm gonna try Instagram one more time, y'all, because I will not be defeated today. We live on Facebook, we live on Instagram. I mean, we live on Facebook, we live on YouTube. We gonna be live on Instagram. You just give it 2 seconds. But anyway, while we're doing that, I don't need a title. How are y'all doing? What are y'all up to? How was your week? This is one of those interactive moments where tell me tell me about your week so we can all stall together. But anyway, we're talking Holy Hoodlum tonight. We are talking, I don't know how it's working. It's not working. It is what it is. All right, cool. We're gonna forego. We're gonna forego Instagram. It's all good. All right, so tonight we are talking all about Holy Hoodlum because we haven't talked since then. Some of you might be looking like, "Where have you been?" I've been one. I went to Toronto directly after Holy Hoodlum. That was fun. Secondly, I've been kind of sick this week. Been congested. Though this weather change is crazy. Like when the weather does weird stuff, my asthma gets to acting up. So that's never fun. Um, so yeah, that's something that gets on my nerves and gets me to a place where I just be tired. And that's what I was. I was tired, and part of me um, really just needed to like rest, recalibrate, relax, refresh, renew, revitalize the whole creative as well thing. Because sometimes I need a will. Like I know I'm the one always putting out the stuff, but like I need it too. So that's what I did, and that's what I've been doing, and that's what I've been chilling with. But now I want to get into the recap of Holy Hoodlum because for those of you who weren't there, you missed out. It was really fun. Beyond it being fun, it was edifying. I think people learned a whole lot. People gained a whole lot. Like it was just a good time, honestly. Um, and I think that people like if they would the feedback that was overarching for Holy Hoodlum this year was that it was better than they expected. I think if y'all remember from the creatives well, I took time to actually walk through the feedback that people said because I think it's important. Like I value feedback in the sense of like if when you're creating something for people, you have to know how the people actually respond to it, right? So like part of you could just be like, "Oh, I'm gonna do whatever I want to do because I'm the creative, I'm the visionary," and you can do that. Hold on, one of the people is trying to log on, but there's that only Facebook and YouTube. But yeah, so as I was saying, getting back to it, like when you create stuff for people, it's important to know how the people feel about the thing that you created because otherwise you're just kind of like blindly. you're blindly creating, and that's not informed, right? That's not like the best way to do things, in my opinion. Because again, when you do events, especially as a Christian event producer, you are doing events to serve people. You are doing events to like assist people, better people, all of the above. So like, yeah, like so it's important to go through the feedback. So the feedback was really good this year. Um, all the people that submitted the feedback gave it a 5-star rating, except for one. And I'll go start with that person. What they said was, they said they love the creativity, keep going with pushing the limits and the ideas. Nobody does what you do. This was an excellent idea. Great to see young kids help out. Glad to see you put this on. Can't wait for the next iteration. They said the host did well. Shout out to Lady T. They said they enjoyed what I did. Their feedback was they felt like the escape room was misleading because they were expecting something that the whole audience would be able to go through. And to that, like, I get it because I did definitely hype up the escape room portion, but it definitely was like, I think when it was like announced, it was like the 2-on-2 escape room. But one thing I will say, and I take the feedback, I accept it. There's nothing I can really say to that besides like I don't ever know how many people are coming. I think that's the hardest part for me is like if I wanted to do a group game for the whole room, that sounds really fun, but I also don't know how I'm going to do that when I don't know how many people are going to be there because people buy tickets when everyone say it with me, put in the comments at the last minute. And it's no shame because I do it myself for events as well. Um, but I think when you try to be creative and innovative, when you do certain types of games and certain things, like it becomes challenging from a planning perspective. And I'm somebody who wants to make sure that the whatever game or activity or whatever we're doing goes off well so that you can be fully immersed in it without being like, something's wrong here or like that kind of thing. So I think if we like, it would be really cool if I do something like that again. And I would love to do another version of that escape room, but I think it would be cooler to have the audience participate in it. So I agree with whoever that person is. Also, the people who put in the feedback is anonymous. So I could be, that person could have been my mom. It could have been one of the singers. It could have been one of the band. It could have been one of the audience people. I have no idea. But I think that's good because one, I don't have to look at you crazy. And two, you have the freedom to really tell me like what it is that you think. Somebody else said the time frame was good. They said every minute was extremely entertaining. There was never a boring moment. They said there was a good mix between games, singing, and biblical lessons mixed with comedy. It was a perfect mix. One thing I will say is that I am the kind of person that when I put together a show or whatever I'm putting together, I want to make sure that there is something for everybody. And sometimes that can get overwhelming. I think for the creatives, well, not comparing the two for real, but like for the creatives, well, I think I put a lot more into it, which made it a little bit longer. So there's like, got to find the balance. And one thing I had to tell myself was like, we're still working at this. Like, I'm still like getting getting my feet in the ground, getting ready. Um, yeah, but like for those watching, what was if you were there, what was your favorite part? And we'll talk about that as well as we get through. But I got some clips to show and things like that. But yeah, ultimately, the feedback was really good. I think my feedback was good too. I spent some time writing with paper, which was really weird for me. Writing with paper, my feedback, my thoughts, my perspective of the event. And I think this was probably the best produced event that I've ever done for myself. I know I always, or I up until now, I generally shortcut myself when it comes to like what's it called? How I present for myself. Um, I will, somebody else's event, somebody else's tour, somebody else's whatever that I'll do. I'll spend all the time on their stuff. I'll work through their run a show. I won't normally give myself that same benefit, but this time I did. And shout out to me. I want to congratulate myself, pat myself on the back because I actually put me first. In this situation because I had a lot going on this August. I had the Transcend Summit, which was a young adult like summit. I had Eagles Rock, which was an adult summit. And then there was like one weekend break, but that was really a rehearsals for Holy Hoodlum and then Holy Hoodlum. So like I had a lot going on, but I still found a way to prioritize the things that I needed to prioritize for myself. And I think that showed. I think that the graphics were not thrown together. I'm a master procrastinator, and this time I did not allow myself to procrastinate, um, which was really good. Because again, truly, I will truly wait till the last minute because I can get stuff done quickly. But I think I started the the graphics in like May. Like once I kind of had an idea of what it would be. Yeah. And also he's probably not watching, but shout out to Will Johnson. I took his event class this year, and he kind of, whether he realizes it or not, he's kind of the reason Holy Hoodlum Game Night exists because he had us do a trial like event run through, and so during that trial event run through, I literally like we created, and if you guys see on the YouTube, you see like we did the same games, like and not in like a repetitive thing, but it was like I tried it at home to see how it'll work with my friends. They're your best test subjects. Like get you some good friends, get you some good supportive people. And my squad, my team is amazing. We had legitimate fun playing it in my basement, producing that event, that mock event that night. And I was like, oh, this actually works. And it was like, okay, let me throw this, like, let's put this together and let's make it work for the big thing. So, look out for a teaser show from now on. I might do a live teaser show, which is something I was thinking about. Like, maybe I can do like, because some people are asking me if I could do this more often. And to that, I'd say no. And I only say no because it costs a lot of money, because it takes a lot of time. But I think I could probably do a small version that's just the games, like without the music, without all the graphics, without like all of the production elements. Like maybe we do it at someone's clubhouse, maybe we do it at a smaller space, maybe we still do it at the church, maybe it's free, who knows. Come content, let's make it work. So yeah. But I'm gonna play a couple clips now and we're gonna go from there. But these were just some of the moments that I thought were funny or just really represented the show. So I'm actually going to start with this clip. This is feedback from somebody who I never met before, which to me is always great. With like when someone comes to your show that you don't know. I love when the people I know and love support me. Like it does make me feel really good, but it also makes me feel really good when there are people that I don't know who you are. When I look in the audience and I'm like, I don't know how you got here. Like who sent you? It's a good thing to me because it's like, oh, like this word is actually getting out to the point where someone that maybe came before that did know me is like, hey, I want to invite you to this show because it's really fun. I had a good time last year or whatever. So here is some unprompted feedback that this woman sent.
Okay, so today I went to Holy Hoodlum and I had an incredible time. My friend Kristen invited me, and I just loved, to me, it was a full production. So from start to finish, with everybody included, it was magnificent. It had a flow to it, it had comedy, singing, games. Everybody was so excited, they were very much engaged and everybody was happy. It was like just a joyful time. And I really, really, really would like to come again and bring more people with me because it really was more than just entertainment, it was education. And it was very enlightening at the same time. So I thought they did exceptional. Like Justin did Chef's Kiss. It was great.
And thank you. It makes me happy to hear that, to see that, all of the above, because sometimes you don't know how it's being translated to an audience, and even so much so that like I feel like I have very honest people in my life that'll tell me like that was good or that was terrible, but I think it to me I feel like there's still a bias that comes along with people that even when like they say there's no bias and all the things. Like I have to get to the used to the fact of like really believing people to saying what it is that they say. But I think it's also really cool when there's somebody that you do not know at all that came through and it's like, hey, I really liked it. So this clip, this one was just funny to me because we had this Bible drill game. So the premise of the Bible drill, and if Shayna watches this clip or whatever, I want to shame you publicly. No, I love you, sister. But I had put on this one of the like promos or whatever, like we're gonna do speed drills, and so I showed this clip that we did from the at home version where Danielle and Kiana went against each other, and so it was very chaotic in its presentation. I don't really know how it got so competitive. That's what the thing with these game nights. It's really great when you have really competitive people because why are we acting this way? Like why is it turning into this? But we love when it does. So I had posted that clip on Instagram, and I think it was uh um and when I posted the clip, Shayna was I put like who won? Was it Danielle or was it Kiana? And Shayna responded and she was like, it was me. And I was like, black people, they don't always answer this or that don't really work well for our people because it's always both or neither or some other option that's not on the table. So Shayna said that she was in fact the winner, and my thing was like, you weren't there. So I said, okay, I'm gonna put Shayna against the people on this game. So Shayna was a voluntold individual, and she had to basically for the sword drills is something that we used to do back in like kids church. And so like they would tell you to go find the scripture in a paper Bible. So you have to like know where the book is and find it or whatever and read it. And so it turned into a little something like this, which was something.
Big pictures. You know what this is. We'll get there. Hey, 8 or 10. Go ahead, baby. Keep timing. Nehemiah 8:10. Says, Period. Say, read, Kelly. Then he said unto them, go your way, eat the fat, and drink the sweet, and send portions unto them for whom nothing is prepared. For this is the holy. For this day is holy unto our Lord. Neither be ye sorry, for the joy of the Lord is your strength. Let me tell you.
Every time I think about that section of the event, I just start laughing because one, if you know Mario, who was the MD for the event, shout out to Romario Jackson. He really is 101. He is just so gifted, so talented, so creative. But if you know him, you would know that he does like the man can play church music, but the man is not like churchy. Like he loves the Lord. Like I don't want any smoke with the band because there was something I said that was misconstrued. We got to clear that up too. If you watch the most recent podcast clip I put up, um, I misquoted Clay and I said that he said something that apparently he did not say. I remember it, but he said he didn't say it. So we're gonna go with what he said. But so Mario is extremely gifted, extremely talented, knows a whole bunch of choir music, knows a whole bunch of music in general, but he is not a churchy individual. Like he loves the Lord, plays for the Lord, uses his gifts for the Lord, but not like he's not the person that's gonna walk up to you and say he's blessed and highly favored. He's gonna be like, what up? Type of thing. So but for him and the rest of the band, Deshaun, shout out to Deshaun, who was the bass player and also had a lot of those sound effects that you heard throughout the night. And then Ethan, who was on drums. Deshaun was egging people on, but for Mario to actually go along with it, and they started playing church like bump music when the people were reading as if it was truly a Baptist service and the people were reading with power. When I tell you it did something to the people. I cannot wait to put the full version. I'm gonna try to put like full versions of the games on YouTube because one, I want to go be able to go back and relive the moments. Like if I'm sad, if I'm down or whatever, because they were truly funny to me. Like I had a lot of fun, and at a lot of my events, I won't say that I don't have fun at my events because I do, but I think I'm not really present. But this time I was a lot more present at my event. So like watching that happen, I was just laughing the entire time. So shout out to the band. And I think even with that, like having other creatives alongside of you that will hype it up properly from Tandela, well, I'm sorry, when she was hosting Lady T, from Lady T hyping up Kelly for her telling her read Kelly type of thing, like just really. I think for me, like when you do an event that's not just like a concert or whatever, or even if it's a concert, like as an event producer, you have the ability to create a world for somebody. You have the ability to create an experience. And so when you have people that are alongside of you that are willing to really lean into the experience and like the full world that you're building, it really sets it off. So I think like the band egging it on, Lady T like egging it on, like Kelly being the perfect one to read, Shayna just laughing the entire time. It was a good time. It was a good time. Now this next clip, I probably should not. I'm gonna show it, but the first game we played was musical chairs, and again, there's no reason for musical chairs to have been so competitive. There's no reason for musical chairs to have been so just so there's no word I could have with it. So I did musical chairs with a twist because for me, we could play classic games, but if you put a spin on it or a twist, like that's what keeps these old games with a new fresh flavor, right? So in regular musical chairs, you know that you have like a DJ or whoever is playing the music will play the music, and when they stop the music, that's when you sit down, right? There's one less chair than there are people, and so when everyone gets up there and they're basically racing for the chair. In this version, I wanted you to listen to a specific word. I wanted you to listen to a specific word. One, because again, I feel like one of my spiritual gifts is teaching. I want to teach, but I also don't want to sit up and preach because why? That's what you do on Sunday mornings. You don't come to events for that unless you do, and I'm not shading that, but like you're not going to come to my event for preaching. Like we're going to do it in a different way. Um, but there are lots of words and songs that mean stuff that we just kind of like go over, right? So I was giving you a keyword that you had to listen for. And once you heard that keyword, that's when you sat down versus like regular musical chairs, like you sit down when the music stops. In this case, the music kept going after the keyword was went. I think I would play for like another 10 seconds or whatever, and people had to sit down. But my mom, if you are watching, I love you, mother. You are amazing. And you are very competitive. And you are where I get my competitive nature from. But now we're going to show the people a little bit of your competitive nature. And I just want to say shout out to Lady T because my mom has participated in every game, at least one game per every show. And managing Bessie Reeves is a task. So, Lady T, I need to up your pay because you manage her well. So I'm gonna go ahead and show it.
It's taking a long time though. I can see the brand new thing. Miss Bessie. It be that way sometimes. It truly be that way sometimes. We gotta have losers.
So as you see, this was the clip where my mom got out. And she is not a good loser. She is a sore loser. She is competitive. But before this, like right the round before this, she boxed out. She absolutely boxed out Malachi, who is 10. Malachi is 10. Oh, wow, Rob. Rob came in the comments to choose violence. Said she lost to me, though. Yeah, and as you just see, when we just showed the clip, we showed the clip, Rob boxed out as well. I probably should have beef with Rob because he definitely almost knocked my mother onto the floor. Like, I don't understand. Like, how did you come with that much power and that much like Rob? What's going on here? Like, we got problems, but that was one of my favorite moments because again, you can take a simple game, and I think this is like encouragement for any creative on here. Like I used to hate the phrase less is more. If Jocelyn's listening to this, when he used to say less is more, I used to like cringe at that because I'm like, why are we doing less? Like, let's do more. Like Tandela always says, like, we are the more, like we're here to do more. We're here to like bring excitement, do this, like, let's make stuff fly. Let's do whatever. But like sometimes less can be more, but I think less when done more can be more. So in this whole situation, you had the graphics, you had the good music, like, and I think when I think about the at home version, the music was it got them very ingrained in the music that was going on, so they got a little lost in it. And this time they enjoyed the music. So like I said, once I get the full video back, I really want to put like the full thing because it really made me laugh. So if it made me laugh, and even just these clips that I'm seeing, I know it'll make you guys laugh. And I think part of the thing that I want to do is just create like create joy because the world is crazy that we live in, and so we need as many opportunities for joy as possible. You are sturdy, Rob. That's good. All right, and then our next clip. Oh, so this this was funny to me. So this is more on the music side. One of the things again, I'm a church boy. I'm a church kid. I love everything about the house of God. I also believe that some things should be done differently, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that with innovation. So this year we did hymns as the music, hymns and like old school songs, if you will, because apparently I don't. Some things that I think are hymns are not actually hymns. That's news to me, but whatever. So we did hymns and we remixed them, but we did a little moment where there was like a throwback moment of hymns to like bring people back to what hymns used to be. So Jocelyn and Elysia, who shout out to Elysia, she was our lead singer this time. That really improved the efficacy of our background vocals because we were just able to focus on singing background the whole time, and she led us and she was able to focus on leading. We've got some amazing other singers and things like that, but a lot of them prefer to sing backup, and Elysia is a great leader, so we had her come in and she did her thing. So we had Jocelyn and Elysia kind of lead this hymn moment. But this was a clip that Chelsea, and if you do not know, and I'm going to do like, I've not done my big thank you post yet, I'm still going to do it, but a big thank you to Chelsea Jackson. She is out of Richmond, Virginia. She goes to the Life Church. She's one of their communications leaders. But she got all these clips on her DJI Osmo gimbal, and then her phone as well. And she sent me these clips. And one of the things that if you are a event producer, if you are really any sort of creative, you need content. And the amount of content that you need is absolutely ridiculous. And with that being said, you need angles. So when you film shows, the people who are filming shows are primarily filming what's on the stage. But when you're trying to sell your next iteration of the show, you need people to see how people reacted. So if you have somebody who's roaming on the camera, who can get the crowd, who can get different things that's not going to be on the cameras, like that's what really helps. So that's what Chelsea did. So all the stuff that you're seeing tonight is from Chelsea. So here's a clip of the audience enjoying the hymn portion.
What?
So you're supposed to lift your hands by the time you say that's it.
Actually, that one was done by Lady T. That was that was there. Yeah, so shout out to you, Lady T, because you were doing double duty as a host and also getting good content. As I looked at that angle and thought and heard your voice, that was definitely you. But yeah, so that was a funny part. That was part of some of the comedy that was mixed in there. Jocelyn taught us how to sing hymns. He did this whole long, drawn out kind of thing. Like I said, stay locked in with me on social media because I am going to get back to posting. But look out on YouTube as well because I'm going to put a lot more of the long form stuff on there, and so that you can see it. So yeah, and then I think the final thing, there was another music clip that I just felt like we needed to show a little bit more of the music because we worked hard on the music. So I don't remember which clip this is, so we're going to see. Great things, yes, he has done great things. Oh, he has done great things. Bless his holy name. All right, y'all remember your parts, right? And that was the part where we had we taught the different parts. Like I said, I think music to me, I know I love music more. And I won't say more than the average person, because there are people who love music way more than me. But I love music a lot, and I really love it being a part of the events that I'm doing. But I also know that not everybody is a music person, right? Like some people, music can be hard, especially gospel music, because it's not as singable all the time. Like you have to have a certain level of skill at times to sing it correctly. So we were able to break down the parts and kind of do that part, and just to be able to hear the audience singing it back was really really cool. So all in all, didn't want to spend a whole lot of time tonight. I promised that I was going to do a live every month, and I was really good about that to like June, and then the summer I just did not. So I'm going to get back consistent on doing these Friday night lives, and just doing whatever. We might do some of these virtual game nights. Like I think there's a way to still do this stuff. Definitely always going to do an event in person, but I think there's a way to get some of this stuff done. Virtually as well, because yeah, it's just a thing. So the altos, allegedly the altos won. I don't see. The altos claim they won, but they didn't really win. The altos were the loudest, but they were wrong. They were singing soprano. So the alto and soprano part were like close, which hindsight for an audience probably wasn't the smartest thing to have them be like so close, because then people ended up singing what was easier. But the altos came through like a mighty rushing wind, but they were singing soprano. So I guess they won. Yeah, I guess they won. I'm not really sure. What's up, Laura? Yeah, we can definitely get you in there virtually. Um, but yeah, so the Altos claim they won. That's not really the case. To be honest, and I wish I had my phone up there when we were doing that, because I love a stage point of view. I love for you all to see what we see. But the tenors, they sang that tenor line really well in that song. So I don't know if there's. I wonder if how it came through on the full version, but because I definitely want to hear how that sounded, because they were doing it. So, yeah. So that's the recap of the event. It was a lot of fun. Um, Looking forward, I would love to do this in another city. I think that's the tour manager in me speaking. But also, I just think that like it would be fun to do this elsewhere. I think we would be lying if we would say that like as a creative you don't want your stuff to go far. And far is relative, right? Some people think far is like truly international. Like for me, I would love to do it, and at this point, I'll put it that way. I would love to do it in like a couple other cities. Doesn't really have to be like a whole like tour type of situation, but like let's do a Holy Hoodlum in Atlanta. Let's pop out and see what that would be like. Like, what would that energy be like? For me, I think it's like getting engaging people's energy. So if y'all know a church or a young adult group or youth group or whatever, like hit me up. I would love to come, and I'm gonna let you know I'm bringing Lady T with me. She's the host, so she doing these games. We do them together. I don't know how we would. I don't know. Give us a problem to solve. How about that? Give us a problem to figure out of how we would bring this show on the road. Like, do we bring the whole band? Do we bring the whole people? I don't know. But as far as announcements go and things to kind of like leave you with, the Valley song, as Rob mentioned in the comments, is actually out on all streaming platforms now, which is kind of crazy to me to think that I have an actual song that is out. That is crazy to me. Still, I still don't. I don't know how it is. I still haven't even really made like a full post about it yet. I'm working on that, because what I'm also working on is uploading. Um, I'm also working on uploading the what's it called, the videos from the create as well. So like I would love to put, well, not I would love to, I'm in the process of putting um some videos from the create as well up there, because one thing that I don't see a lot, so like I'm not like a huge Beyonce fan, but what I am a fan of is her creativity. And so, anybody who knows me, anytime I need to watch something to get my creative juices flowing or entertain me, I will turn on the Homecoming documentary on Netflix. The music's good. It's not really for me. The music's good. The production is amazing, but like I just love the behind the scenes and the story and things of that nature. But I love that the songs, like she didn't. Correct me if I'm wrong, because you guys are some of the people on this live are much bigger fans than I am. I don't believe she did any new music that night, right? She did music that she had already done, already been released, all the things like that. But she did live arrangements of them. And if you are somebody who goes to shows, you know that the live version of a song is always going to be different than the studio version, just for whatever, even if it's the same singer, same band, whatever. And so for me, as somebody who produces events, I feel like the energy from the live event is often lost. And we don't often showcase that going forward. So one thing that I decided this year was that I wanted to take the live events and put them on YouTube and put them on streaming services. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all this. There's a part of me who doesn't want to do it because it's live. Like there's a certain rawness that comes with live, right? Like you will mess up. Like there will be there will be messed up notes, there will be messed up cues, there will not be like overdubs or whatever. And I think part of this is also encouraging other creatives to like put your stuff out. Like there's so many people who have so many great ideas that's done, right? Like not even just ideas, but actual visions that are done, content that is done, art that is done, but don't release it because they're so used to, even with Beyonce, the Homecoming like documentary, like she had a professional overdub team, right, that came back and put the best of the two nights together and merged them together and did all of these things. I don't have that kind of budget, right? I don't have someone who can go back and clean up every single note and mix down to like no. Mario does an amazing job of doing post production, but he's only one person. Like he's only one person. um, so it is live. It is a little raw, but I think for me, that's good, Rob. Yeah, because you are like a legitimate musician. So stepping on your toes. I'm gonna do it even more now because you boxed out my mom. I'm gonna come for you here now. Just release it. So like part of me putting stuff up there that I know is not perfect, that I know is not how exactly I would want it to be, but I think it helps to encourage other creatives that are like not necessarily in the sense of like, well, if he put out mess, that's never mess. But like if he put that out, then surely I can put my stuff out. Like I think that's just encouragement. Like if you see me do it, there's no reason that you can't do it, right? And I also know like I really don't desire to be a musical artist. I love music. I think music is important. Music is always going to be a part of every event. I love singing, but to me, I just like there's just certain stuff that just needs to be communicated, and music is one of the best ways to do it. So for all the creatives, this is just another reminder: release the content, put out your art, put out the song, put out the vision, put out the video that you've been thinking about doing. Like take time, first of all, do it and produce it, and then release it. Because if it's just there, I don't know. Like there's the whole parable of the talents that one of these days I'm going to break down more for creatives. And just like there was a guy who held his one talent that the master gave him, and he gave when the master came back to check up on it, he was like, here's my one. And he was like, get away, depart from me, like I do not know you, like you didn't do it. I don't understand. What up, Alwayne? He's and so the master was mad at him. So he gave. I'm gonna give a little thing. So the master gave three different people a different number of talents. He gave one five. He gave one two. He gave one one. And so the one who had five, he multiplied it. He gave back 10. The master was like, "Well done, my good and faithful servant. Enter into the rest, depending on translation that you're in." The one who had two, he doubled it and he put it to work, and he came back with four. When the master came back, he was excited. "Well done, my good and faithful servant. Enter into the rest of the Lord." When he came back to the one who only had one, who buried it and kept it, did not do anything with it, did not make anything work, it did not release it, did not produce it, did not work that gift whatsoever. the master came back and did not say, "Hey, thanks for keeping it as I gave you." He was mad. He's like, "You're lazy." Like, depart from me, you're wicked. Like, and his reward was hell. So I don't really think that's something that any of us want. um so I know we're recapping Holy Hoodlum, but I'm always gonna speak and teach to my fellow creatives because that's just where the Lord has given me a big passion for it. So I am setting the example by putting it out there. So, like I said, the song is out on all streaming services. The link will be in my bio tonight. This is the cover art. The cover art I put together because it really. So when you go and you stream it, you're only going to hear "Walk with Me, Lord" and the Valley song. But if you go to YouTube tomorrow, because it's currently uploading right now. I had some issues with internet today. If you go to YouTube tomorrow, you'll see the rest of the event. So you'll see the skit that led into "Walk with Me, Lord." You'll see Jazir's poem. You'll see Jasmine's poem. You'll see their poem together. You'll see us all singing. You'll hear more from the band. So I really want to give you a full kind of like overview of what the event was like. So almost like you have an EP from the event. And so if you love the event, excuse me, you can go back and relive those moments. If you weren't there, you can go back and see it. So the next time you will find your way there. It's also a little bit of marketing. Um, so yeah, and then the only other thing, merchandise as always, this helps to fund the events. The shirt that was made this year was Living Epistles. The video that was supposed to be played in the beginning that did not get played because it was corrupted. Good old technology. It's so good when it works and so not when it's not. But that video, that concept wasn't really pushed the way I wanted it to be pushed, but I still love the shirt. And so I think that there will be a hoodie version of it coming this fall. Um, I don't know when that will be, probably October. But right now, I've got t-shirts in my basement that need to be moved. So go ahead and buy up the shirts. Yeah, I really like them. So and they came out really nice. I enjoyed making them. And yeah, so there's merchandise like that on the page. Worker of iniquity. That's it. That's it. That's in the book. That's what he said. That's that King James version. That's that King James version will cut you in an instant. Um, but yeah, so that was that. Holy Hoodlum was great. I really enjoyed it. Thank you all for tuning in tonight on this little recap, little impromptu. And like I said, I'm gonna be more consistent, uh, getting back to doing the lives that I promised I would do every month. That I did pretty good with up until up until the summer when I got really really busy. But I definitely want to do this. So what can you expect coming forward? We're gonna do a Creatives Well check-in, a virtual one somewhere in the fall. One of the things that I know is that when fall comes, when the light it gets dark at 4:30, when it's not warm outside anymore, when there's not as many plans happening because the world is shutting down, the natural rhythms of the earth. I know that a lot of creatives get depressed, and I preemptively want to help us really not do that. So I don't know if it's going to be like a summit thing, or it's going to be a conference. It'll be virtual. I do know that because I want creatives all over the world. Um, well, all of the US, I guess world. I won't limit it, but I want people everywhere to have a place to kind of find refuge, and it'll live online as well, like just content that's there so that people can come through and hear. I'm going to try to grab some other people as well, some hopefully like get a therapist on that can come through some mental health strategies, things of that nature, because we wrestle not against flesh and blood but against principalities and powers, rulers of high places, wickedness, all of the above. All Wayne, hit us with the King James version because I'm sure I just quoted the ESV. But yeah, so I think that's extremely important to know one what your triggers are, because every fall I felt myself become less of me, and I always feel it because I do my Christmas show, and it's always a work. And I love Christmas. Like I absolutely love. I'm a Christmas kid. Anybody who knows me, once Labor Day is over, like I literally listened to Christmas music this week. It was great. um, but those who know me know that putting together events is not hard for me, and Christmas is my favorite holiday. But somehow every year, my Christmas event is one of the hardest ones to plan, not because of anything of Christmas, but because of the fact of it is hard for me to get out of those winter blues some years, right? Of just being in a place where I just don't want to do anything or I have no motivation or whatever. So I really feel like the enemy will use seasonal depression against us. Like, and the thing about it is, it's a cycle, it's a season. Like, we know it's coming. So every year we get tripped up. But like, let's let this be the year that we don't actually get tripped up on it. So, like, how can we do that? I don't know yet. I'm working on it. So, um, I did not just take my tree down last week. I took my tree down on June 1st, which is still really crazy if you think about it. We're not gonna speak too much about that because even laughing about that, it's like, wow, really, June? But I'm gonna possibly do better this year. I don't know. I make no promises when it comes to the tree, but yeah. So you can look forward to some sort of creatives, well, like virtual kind of refresher or whatever, and also some teaching, some training, like as well. Like, someone could teach us about video editing or whatever the case is. Somebody that's not me. So more information for that. I gotta figure that out. Literally, that came to me this week of like, we gotta constantly pour into each other. And then secondly, the next in-person event will be Carols for a Cause, and we have a date that'll be Saturday, December 6th. So if you are available, clear your calendar. If you're not available, clear your calendar. Come on out. It is a time where we come together to combine the intangible joy of Christmas with the tangible outreach to support our local shelter. So that's always a really fun time. You're going to start seeing stuff about that. I will say it's hard. Me and Lady T had a conversation about marketing and like going hard with marketing, and she was saying that I did like really good marketing for Holy Hoodlum, was very consistent. There was a whole lot of it, good volume or whatever. I will say it feels weird to market for Christmas because I know I can start seeing Christmas stuff in September, but I know other people are like, "Why? What is happening here?" So like, I just have to get in my mind that basically like come Columbus Day, I like in middle October, I need to start like pushing past the cringe. So I need to start promoting for Christmas in October, which feels really weird. But especially since the event is early in December, like you have to promote it early. So that's a whole other thing for creatives in general too, like thinking ahead of stuff like that. And then looking ahead to the first quarter of next year, there will be a create as well. I don't know when that's going to be. That's not really true. I know what I want it to be, but that hasn't been solidified yet whatsoever. So yeah, any of that. There's no other announcements. Any of the people who have commented on here, you should go follow them. They're all great. Wayne has some really cool stuff that he does. Rob is an amazing musician as well. Lady T is an amazing creative. Danielle is awesome, super supportive, and she did an amazing job this time holding it down as the logistics coordinator, our chief, in the absence of 50, who will gladly get her job back come December. Because what did we need? We needed a stage manager as well. The kids did amazing, but they needed somebody to wrangle them. But Danielle could not wrangle them. Why? Because she was running the wall and did a great job running the wall. So it's a whole production over here at this point. So yeah, so that's really it at this point. Like I always say, I'm going to be a terrible Baptist preacher and close 5 times, but I'm not. So I hope that you have a great rest of your evening. Go stream the song, which will help encourage me to continue to do things like this. The crazy thing is, I have a whole lot of music written. Like, I've been writing music for years, and yet I don't really release it. And I know that's the case for a lot of artists, but I just really think that this is, Jocelyn said, this is let it out season. And I think it's time to let some of this stuff out. Like, there's no point in holding stuff in. So that's all that. So yeah, that's it. See y'all. The normal peace sign. Y'all have a great